Hey peeps, happy Friday. Happy like 5 o'clock on a Friday. It's Fuck It Bucket Friday, you know how that goes. So Fuck It Bucket Friday is all about highlighting rules that we're following that aren't necessarily intended for us. And those rules just drain and distract us. So you put them in the bucket, right? So the Fuck It Bucket is one of the most popular chapters in my book, Your Relationship with You, How to Live Life by Your Rules, probably because the F word is in there, but also because it just kind of makes sense, right? Like we have all this stuff and these demands and rules that we're supposed to be following and the shoulds and like the way we're supposed to be and all that stuff. And it's not all for you, and it's probably influenced and written, those rules written by someone else or outside forces. You can put those in the bucket. They're just draining and distracting. So what I figured out this week was I did not have the zest and the go get 'em that everyone else seemed to have, at least on Facebook and other places, for January 1st. I just wasn't ready to be like out of the gates, which is so me. Anyone that knows me knows I am like the slowest to warm up person. But then once I'm warmed up, I'm warmed up. But even for January 1st, I just wasn't really into it. And I woke up on January 2nd really kind of stressed out and feeling kind of pressed. And I talked to a few different people, a group of masterminders that I consult with, and just other friends that were feeling like a little bit of panic around January 2nd. Like, this is it. This is the big push. This is the big start. And also the pressures of the things we didn't get done in 2017. I know I had a nice list of things that I really wanted to wrap up before the holidays and before the new year, but it didn't happen, and that's cool. So the rules that I think that I've been following that I'm going to put in the bucket this week is around resolutions and goals and having all the clarity and having all the strategy and having all this stuff figured out for January 1st so that we can just be, like burst into this new calendar year as if we're whole new people, as if it's like a special day. And it is a special day. I dig it. I like the concept of ending some things and starting anew and starting fresh. But this year it just wasn't for me. And instead of being drained and distracted by wondering where my zest is, I'm just going to put it in the bucket. And I think maybe February 1st or maybe Monday or maybe tomorrow will be more of that oomph that everyone else seemed to have, but the oomph just isn't for me. So I wonder, who else felt that way? Like, oh crap, like, let alone 2018, I'm still wrapping up last year, right? So I'm putting that in the bucket this year. Oh, my sister's texting me. So I am putting that in the bucket. And I wonder what you're gonna put in the bucket, because New Year's resolutions, goal setting out of the gate January 1st is just a rule. It's just this like social, cultural norm that we have, but you don't have to follow it if you don't want to. Everything's going to be okay if you don't follow that rule, is what I am hoping. Everything's going to be okay if you don't follow the rules. So you can make your own rules. So maybe February 1st will be the new New Year's. So that was Fuck It Bucket Friday. I'm wondering what you're putting in the bucket this week. And join me every Friday for a new bucket item. So the bucket, right? Things that drain and distract you, rules that aren't serving you, aren't meant for you, put them in the bucket. And then the last Friday of every month is a segment called Hey Denise, and it's to answer your questions about sex, relationships, the bucket, your relationship with you, your relationship with your business. Because the secret sauce of all of those things, your sex life, your relationships, your business, the secret sauce is you. And that's why I wrote the book, Your Relationship with You, How to Live Life by Your Rules. Everything starts there. And you know that, we know that innately, but I had to put it on paper and make it into a book. Okay, so join me for Fuck It Bucket Fridays every Friday, where I put items in the bucket. And the last Friday of every month is Hey Denise, and I got some really cool questions from some of you already, and I totally love it. and I'm looking forward to answering those questions. So you can email me or message me, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a good one. I'm in my ski gear. I had a great day on the slopes, and then I hit Costco. Does it get any better than that? Love it. Okay, talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye. How do I end this thing? Bye. Love ya.